Hey everyone, let's give it a couple of minutes so we can allow other people to join. Hey Nohela, welcome. It's already 2 minutes in, so let's get this thing started. As you can see, you can only see me, but if you want to follow the presentations, Dries will share the link to them so you can follow along. So today's topic will be about personal branding for software engineers. The topic applies to a lot of disciplines, but we will be focusing on software engineers and developers in this presentation and in this video. So the outline for this presentation will be as follows. So we will do an introduction, then we'll be talking about what is personal branding, then we will be talking about the tools or the mediums that we can use to build this brand. And then we're gonna end by questions. So introduction, to introduce myself, my name is Adil Mezgouti. I'm based in Brooklyn. I've been doing software engineering for the last 16 years, and I'm a co-founder of Jabber Labs and Le Programmeur Marocain.com with my brother Dries Mezgouti, who is a marketing expert and mindset coach. He's based in Morocco. Okay, so let's get to the introduction. So this personal branding is just one area of that is part of the method that we developed at Jabber Labs for our bootcamp called Code Mavericks. So this methodology is based on 5 pillars. We call it the Magic Pentagon. So the first pillar is coding. So of course, I mean, you are being a software engineer, you need to have really strong coding skills. So this is the number one. The second thing or the second area is personal brand. You need to have a strong personal brand. Who are you? What are you? The third one is mindset recycling, how to recycle your mindset to have a very positive and strong mindset. The fourth one is network building. Network is like a social network, so you need to build a network of connections that you can learn from and use their help to uncover and open opportunities for yourself. And the fifth one is the career building or career planning. So without plan, I mean, you are doomed to fail. Uh, so let's get started. As I said, so in this presentation, we'll be focusing mainly on the second pillar, which is the personal brand. So, as a formal definition of personal brand, a personal brand is a widely recognized and largely uniform perception or impression of an individual based on their experience, expertise, competencies, actions, and or achievements within a community, industry, or the society at large. So you can see here, so you need other people or the community where that you are targeting to have a perception or impression of you as a software, as a strong software engineer, for example. So you need to target them. So this community will be in this presentation, like the different types of communities or meetup will be based on different types of communities, being like LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and things like that. And like to achieve or to build this personal brand, you need to take actions. So this experience, expertise, competencies, those are all actions that you need to take to build that personal brand. So a personal brand is what others think about you online and offline. So the first one, the first one is LinkedIn. So LinkedIn basically, and like in the presentation, there is a formal definition of it from Wikipedia, but like just for short, LinkedIn is the current or the modern version of the resume, basically. Uh, and it's a must if you want to have a successful career in the software engineering world. You have to have uh, 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 a profile in LinkedIn as soon as possible. So this presentation, this video is like we are targeting two types of people. The first, like junior developers who don't have experience, so they will benefit the most from this. But we think that like senior engineers can benefit from it as well. So like we did some conferences before, like in different universities, and whenever we ask about LinkedIn, most of the students, they say we don't have a LinkedIn profile, and this is a very big mistake. So you need to have a LinkedIn profile as soon as possible. Don't wait until you graduate to have one, because you need to have one, and you need to build that personal brand, that strong impression and perception of yourself. So just some statistics that show the importance and why you need to have a LinkedIn profile. So LinkedIn has a 68 million monthly active users, which is just huge. It has like 57 million businesses, represented businesses. Like these are the future, your future employers, basically. It has like 87% of the recruiters, they are present in LinkedIn, which is huge again. Some key points about your LinkedIn profile. So whenever you are about to build your profile or to improve it, you need to pay attention to the following points. The first one, you need to have a banner, and it should be technology related. You need to have a photo, and this photo needs to be professional and friendly. It needs to have a summary, uh, and like ideally, it if you can write it in a way people can read it as story, that's the ideal. And the rest of the things, like for example the skills, you need to list the key languages, frameworks, and libraries that you know. You need to list the experience, and you to get as much details as you can in there. like for example, the title, the date, the location of the job, the responsibility, any achievement that you can measure. If you can do skills assessment, that will strengthen your profile as well. In terms of projects, list as much as you can. Like even if like you are still a student, try to list the projects that you like, school projects, for example. Try to list them. Try to list personal projects. If you contributed to open source project, list those as well. Recommendations, very important as well. Don't be shy from of asking for recommendations from your colleagues, your classmates, your teachers, or people you have worked on. These are very, very important. And also, like, try to grow this network. Once you have a profile, try to do it like to connect with new people on a daily basis. Like, try to add 2, 3, 4, 5 connections on a daily basis, or even on a weekly basis, and try to be selective. Don't connect with anyone. Try to connect with people who can be your mentors, who can uncover or share opportunities with you in the future, uh, connections who are masters of their fields or experts of their fields in the same industry, things like that. So be selective, because these are the people that you will be talking to and learning from and maybe working with in the future. And it's the same, like, maintain your network, to be try to comment, try to interact with your network. Hi, Anas. So the thing about like LinkedIn, so if you think about it, so it's of course like, as we said, like a modern version of the resume, but it's like, it's a server, it's an algorithm that's running in a lot of servers, and this algorithm doesn't sleep, which means when you put up your profile, LinkedIn profile, and you go to sleep, it keeps working for you. And when people, for example, like browse LinkedIn, read posts and things like that, you might have the opportunity that the algorithm will share or will recommend your profile to them. So that's the idea. So once you have your profile, and once you start interacting and commenting and posting content, the algorithm of LinkedIn will associate your name with a set of skill sets, and basically it will start seeing you as an expert in that field, and it will start recommending you to other people, which means like new opportunities for you as you do that. So that's LinkedIn. And if you can see in the presentation, I shared like a kind of a sample of just like the banner, the picture, and the name and the title of a person. So this is just like the ideal, or something that you can take as a model to build your profile after. So, but you need to be really detail oriented. It needs to be professional, because recruiters, when they are looking for candidates, so they get overwhelmed. They don't have the time to go through the details of each and every profile. So they will basically they will do a search and they will get results. So if they take a look at a profile, which means like just the description, just like a snapshot of it, and they don't feel a connection with it, like they are not gonna deep into it. They are not going to dig deeper into it, which means like the most important part of your LinkedIn profile is the banner, is the photo, and it's the title and the summary as well. So if they like what they see, then they would go and check your education, your experience, and things like that. So that's why I stressed when they focused on the the banner, the photo, and the title and the summary. So these are very, very important. So basically, the final point for LinkedIn is like post once, receive many opportunities. It's like you post like the traditional method is you go and search for employers, for companies that you want to work with or have internship at, and then you would apply to them one by one. But the model that we are talking about is the completely reverse. It's like you working smart, not hard. Basically, you build a very strong network, you interact with them, and you build that strong relationship and connection with them. And when you need something, you just post something like, okay, I'm looking for an internship in, for example, as a software engineer, as a Web3 engineer, as a DApp or Solidity developer, something like that. And your network will work for you. And we've seen that many, many times. So that's the idea, is like, it allows you to optimize your effort to find and uncover opportunities. So the second outlet, or the social outlet that you can use to build your personal branding, is GitHub. And as for software engineers, it's very, very, very important. Basically, GitHub is like the formal definition of it is an internet hosting service for software development and vision control using Git. So basically, it's a Git repo, a huge Git repo where you host your project, where you can share them. And like many times when I applied to companies over the years, they would ask me for my GitHub profile. They want to see a sample of a project of code that I wrote. And this is very important. They want to see what you are capable of. So even as a student, that's why I said, like, if you like worked on school projects, don't hesitate to push them to GitHub. Like, as soon as you start working on them, don't wait, and try to do that on a daily basis, weekly basis, to show your activity in GitHub. And when the time comes to apply for a job, you can share your GitHub and you can give them the opportunity to see what you are capable of, your coding skills. So some stats about GitHub: it has like 73 million developers. It has over 200 million repositories, and it has 32 million monthly active users. It's one of the not if like the most popular GitHub repo on the internet. So some key points about your GitHub profile: uh, try to showcase your expertise. For example, if you are a Java developer, try to share your Java projects in there and show that you are expert in this domain, even though they don't have an experience, because they can show it, they can see that, and when they like what they see, they can bring you for an interview, they can ask you about that, and you can share with them more information. But the thing is, you need to do that step that can get you in the door, like to get you inside for an interview. That's the role of a strong personal brand. So they can, like, once they get interested in you, they will bring you, then you do the rest of the job. But the challenging one, especially for junior engineers, is how to get companies interested in you, even though you are still a student or you are just finished your studies. So try to showcase your expertise and have confidence in yourself. Don't say, no, I don't have experience, I'm not an expert. No, like, if you learn Java, you wrote lots of code in Java, you are an expert, and try to showcase that and be confident in yourself. Projects, same, like, add as many as possible. Try to contribute to uh, open source projects, especially if they are like, like Apache Foundation. It has a lot of projects that you can, open source projects that you can contribute to. And if you do and you become a committer, it's huge. It opens a lot of opportunities for you. And when you share a project, make sure that the code is clean and organized. It's the image of yourself. You need to showcase here, like, your expertise. So the code should be clean, organized. It should have a README file with clear instructions on what's the project, how to build it, how to test it, and all that stuff. It should have unit tests. So try to be detail oriented and share code that's like really, really inspiring and that can convince companies to hire you. Uh, like I attached or I shared some screenshots of GitHub summary or GitHub stats. It's very like there is a tool that you can use to generate stats about your activity in GitHub, and it's very important to show companies and others your activity and your productivity and your skills through this this report. And it shows like the second picture, it shows your activity in GitHub, which is really, really interesting because like someone who codes on a daily basis is obviously way how can I say better in coding than someone who codes like once a month or a couple of times a year. It's just obvious. So when people or companies see that you are active, that you push code on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, if you're a student, it's like, okay, so he wrote a lot of code. So it's another point to your side. So basic the final point of GitHub is use GitHub to showcase your work and the amazing things that you are capable of. So the third uh, outlet that you can use, a social outlet that you can use, is YouTube. It's very important, and oftentimes it gets ignored. A lot of people say, or a lot of developers say, oh, it's just for content creators or people who want to make money. But the thing about YouTube is like you can use it to build your brand or your personal brand as a developer because it covers a side that GitHub and LinkedIn doesn't cover, which is that they can see you, that emotional connection to you, how you talk, how you explain, how you move. Like they see you and they can establish that emotional connection with you, and it can convince people to say, "Oh, he's friendly. He knows how to explain." Very complex topics in simple terms. He's not shy. He can, speak. He can maybe, when we hire him, he can attend meetings and he can share his ideas. Maybe he can mentor, maybe he can do presentations and things like that. So it covers a side that others other outlets that don't cover. And as you do all this stuff, you might discover sides in yourself that you are not aware of. So if you start doing these YouTube videos to showcase your skills and so, oh, this thing I like, this thing it might be, it might turn into a solid gig or maybe a full-time gig. So you never know. Some stats about YouTube, very impressive stats. It's like it has 2.6 billion active users, which is mind-boggling. Uh, and then it has 82% of all global internet traffic will be by video by 2020, 21 already. Like it's more than 82%. 82% of candidates now search for jobs on mobile, and 87% of mobile traffic will be video by 2021, already passed. So it's like it's very, very important. And also, like 56% of the internet users worldwide access YouTube at least once a month. So it's like a huge opportunity for you to showcase your talent and skills. And it has 122 million daily active users, just you know and it is the second second search engine after Google. So once you start posting videos about writing or developing projects, you will have the chance to show your skills and to for your skills or your videos to show up in a search result, and consequently you might uncover opportunities. So some key points about your YouTube is communication. We already said that. Like it shows that you can communicate very well in terms of like public speaking or verbally, which is very, very important. Coding skills, you can show how and what you can build, which is very important as well. uh, we already talked about the connection, that's emotional connections, and as we said, like there is that a very famous quote by Mao Zedong, is like one image is worth a thousand words. So a video is worth a thousand more. So it's just like video has a huge, huge impact on the audience. Well, this audience in this case is your future employers. And teaching, it shows your expertise and mastery of a given skill, because in order to be able to explain, teach a skill, you need to master it, you need to understand it, 10 times, as they say. So Twitter is the next one. Twitter, from like my experience, not a lot of people in global south, including Morocco. I mean, it's ignored, and not a lot of people use it. But the idea here is for developers to not keep or do not think local. They need to think global. So when you are building yourself, building your personal brand, you need to think globally. You are investing in yourself, so you can uncover opportunities globally. Once you graduate, or before, even before, you might find yourself working with companies in Europe, America, US, Canada, or even Australia, and things like that. So don't limit yourself. uh, Try to think out of the box. And Twitter is like very, very popular here in North America and in Europe as well. So some quick stats about Twitter. It has more than 200 million daily active users, and it has like 38 millions of these users are in the US. Some key points about Twitter. Again, like try Twitter is different than LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a little bit, how can I say, formal, and like you can only share things that are not personal, something that are related to work. But Twitter is different. Twitter, like you can share things that are a little bit personal, maybe about the books that you read, the shows that you watch, some insight that you came up while walking on the streets. I mean, anything that can show how you think, and it can give strengthen your personal brand. So again, so some key points: expertise. Try to share the project that you are working on. So for example, if you pushed a project uh, to GitHub, try to talk about it on Twitter. I just finished this project, and here is the link to check it out. Push it to YouTube and push it to LinkedIn. So whenever you do something, try to share it with the world, and to keep that relationship with your network alive. And so you can build that credit. So once the time comes, you can say, okay, I need an opportunity. And then everybody will be listening and will be opening their doors to you. So interests, share your daily insights from books, shows, articles, whatever, to show how you think and how interesting you are. Try to grow your network, and as we said for LinkedIn, try to be selective. I mean, don't go, try to connect with people who can help you. I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, I mean, you can connect with friends and the family, relatives, things like that. But whenever you connect with people who uh, who you want to help you, try to say, okay, are they in my field? Are they gonna help me move forward? Will be able to mentor me and things like that. What are the expertise when they share something? Will I be able to learn from it? Things like that, just to cut down on the noise. Because once you, for example, you do Twitter, LinkedIn, or whatever, you connect with people, you will start getting their like updates and in news and feeds and things like that, and it can get overwhelming. So try to be picky, try to be selective, so whatever you get from other people, you can learn from. And same here for Twitter. Try to maintain your network, comment, interact to build that relationship with your connections and with your network. And when the time comes and you need a job, opportunity, internship, whatever, don't be shy. Don't hesitate to ask for help. And I shared some in the presentation. The link is shared in the in the chat. So I shared two uh, two screenshots of two Twitter profiles of Tom Scott and Julie Aarons. It's like very very well done. So the following one is Google or blogs. So when I say blogs, like you write blogs and they get indexed by Google, that's why I put Google next to it. And the idea is you need to write articles, blogs, either your personal blog, Medium, or whatever. Just try to get your articles out there so they can be indexed, crawled by Google, so when people search for topics that you write about, you will show up in the search results. And when you are a writer, you basically you are an expert in a domain. You write about it, you show how you were able to solve problems, you show how you can build a project, how you can build a solution, things like that. So basically this is how you can build your expertise, and you show people that you have strong skills, and you'll be amazed on the opportunities that come through this channel of writing blogs. Some quick stats about Google. As it has more than 1 billion monthly active users, which is just mind-boggling. It has 8.5 billion search queries processed by day. It's amazing. And 46% of the product searches begin on Google. So it's just like it has a lot of opportunities. So don't hesitate. I know it's a little bit of work to write an article, but it's worth it. you know Maybe you're not going to see the results from like the first day, the first week, or the first month, but the more articles you write, the more the Google algorithm will associate your name with the topic, as we previously said for the other channels. So just be consistent, be disciplined, and be patient. Some key points about your blog is communication again. So when you write an article, you show to people or to your future employers that you can communicate in writing, like emails and things like that. It's very, very important in the workplace that you can, communicate clearly. You show your expertise, because in an article you show how you explain a complex topic in a very simple terms, which is very important. Coding, you show your mastery of coding and system design. When we talk about like when you gain more seniority and talk about how systems are architected and designed. So basically, the idea of using all these channels to build your personal brand is like you need to work smart. You basically make the internet algorithms work for you. So you invest in building connections, staying active, and when you need the help, you just post once and you get answers from your connections. And even without that, it's just like when you subscribe to feeds of other people, and it happened to me more than once. Like I would be, for example, working on a complex problem at work, and then I come across solution in Twitter because I was following someone who was doing, for example, React Native, and it's like, oh yeah, this is the solution for the problem I'm working on. It's just like it's very 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 good. So it has a lot of advantages, and especially for students and junior developers. I know it's not easy. It takes time, it takes discipline, it takes patience, but it's well worth it. If the sooner you start doing this, the better, because once by the time you graduate, you will have a good profile, a good brand. And when you reach out to a company or a company reaches out to you, you can share all the amazing things that you were able to build in the past, in the while you are students. So oftentimes people think, oh, expertise comes with experience. Yes, it does, but not necessarily. So even as a student, if you work really hard, if you are smart and you work on interesting projects, you build connections with people who more experienced than you, and can mentor you and share feedback with you and guide you. By the time you graduate, you can be an expert in that domain, and you can hit the ground running. You don't have to start the first year, or the first couple of years in a very slow pace. You can hit the ground running, and it can be a point of a good, how can I say, it will put you in a strong position when negotiating something at work. What companies really are really interested in is like they need someone who can come and who can be productive, who can fit in the team, who can solve problems. They don't care if that person is a student, like is a fresh graduate or a senior engineer. But but you need to show them that you can do the job, that if they hire you, you can do it. And uh, the goal of this is to build that brand, personal brand, that how people perceive you. And you can use all these tools to show them that you can do that. uh, that's a wrap up for this presentation. You can if you need to contact us, you'll find the Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, everything in there in the presentation, the link in the comment as well. And now it's time for questions. So don't hesitate to ask any question. So let's give it a couple of minutes. So as I said, like the concept of personal branding, like oftentimes developers, all personal brand is branding, is marketing. It's not. It's. I mean, I don't need this. I'm a developer. I'm an engineer. I mean, still, you need that, and that's the thing. Like students, when they are engineer students, they don't realize they need this to be successful in the workplace. So they need to do the job. They need to market themselves and to sell themselves. It sounds bad, but like that's the reality. You know, you need how to, like, it's the same thing. The concept is the same. It's just like you take it on to the global scale. It's the personal brand, for example, when you are students studying, like when you answer a question, a very hard question from your teacher, and you answer it, like people around you, like, "Oh, he's smart." So if, for example, the teacher asks you to put together a presentation about a topic, you do the presentation and then you present it in a good way. So, oh, he's really good at presentation. He's really a good communicator. So it's the same concept. See, here you show that you have a bunch of skills, but you need to do it on a global scale. Now we have the tools to do that, the tools that we just shared. Yes, Mail, thank you. So we like all our contacts in the PowerPoint presentations. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. See if we have. Yeah. So as I said, like when I talked about the model that we developed at Jibber Labs, So this model we developed it as a methodology that we'll be using at a boot camp. We call it Code Mavericks. Basically, we help like students, junior engineers, and even senior engineers to succeed in the workplace, to build a successful career, and to uncover opportunities globally, not only where they live. And that's the idea: is you turn yourself into an expert in this domain and equip you with all the tools, like soft skills, hard skills, all the things that you need to succeed. So feel free, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. The link to the bootcamp is in the power presentation, as well as all the other, like the emails and things like that. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. You're welcome, Yunus. Okay, so Smail is asking as how to get an internship abroad, especially in the USA. Okay, so the first thing is like you need to know where to look for this type of internships. So most companies here in the States, they prefer to focus on local candidates because it's a kind of a little bit challenging to work with people overseas because of the just legal problems. It's just a little bit complex to hire people outside the USA. But there are companies who work with the people remotely. So basically, there are websites where you can go and look for these opportunities. This is the first thing. So you need to know where to look. The second thing, you need to show them that you are worth it, that you can do the job. That like if they decide to go with you, what is it for them. So that's the thing that we are trying to do here, is like you need to build that personal brand, you need to build the skills and all that stuff, GitHub, LinkedIn, and all that stuff, and you use these tools to convince them to hire you. So that's the idea. So you need to know where to look, and you need to use these tools to convince them, yes, I'm really smart, I can do the job, and all that stuff to convince you to give you that opportunity. And don't be shy. That's the thing. You need to go for it. Once you want something, you need to have the passion for it. You need to put the time, put the effort, and don't hesitate. Go for it. Best of luck, Ismail. I mean, again, like as students, I mean, you have how can I? You have a huge advantage. You have the advantage of time. Now you are dedicated to your studies, so you have opportunities to show the world what you are capable of. And big companies like all over the world, they uh, you know they crave for people with skills, with really excellent skills. So if you can build that, and you can build that personal brand that shows that, then you will be able to get opportunities and offers left and right. That's the thing. But the problem is, like, most of the students, they focus on their studies. Okay, they are overwhelmed, they don't have the time to do anything else. And once they graduate, they find themselves, oh, how can I get a job, how can I get an internship? It's like it's hard for them by that time to convince other the companies to hire them, because they don't know how to show, they don't have the tools or the how to show that they are really good. I mean, you cannot just rely on grades. They are not enough. You know, there are people who are really smart, but smart in their brains, like their brains, but like when it comes to communication, soft skills, they don't have that, which is really bad. And that's, again, that's the idea of the boot camp. So we are trying to share our how can I say, draw from our experience and expertise to help other people to build the skills, and hence to find the job that they need. I think it's time to wrap it up. Thank you so much for attending. Best of luck, and again, don't hesitate to reach out to us if you need help. Thank you, and have a good day.